Now, we have to start the development. Before starting the development, I'm expecting the file. Okay, all files are created. Next, load the file data into staging tables. Today we will try to complete this first step. File layout. Before we're going into the discussion about file layout, staging tables. First, create all the staging tables. Let's say we created the staging table for the employee. Now I am creating a staging table for my department. Outbound is going to be complex based on the client requirement, but inbound itself look like complex.
Yeah.
Staging, okay.
Most of the times outbound is like pretty easy, like they ask some basic information and then we extract, we write a view or something, then basically building the SQL is a key. Once you build the SQL, it's just extracting the data and sending it over.
Yeah. Now, dependent staging table also created. Now, institution staging table we are creating now. Like that, we have to create each and every staging table here.
It is always better to validate everything before loading. Otherwise, I mean, inconsistency.
Generally, setup data we won't validate generally, but because setup data won't have much type of disturbances. Transaction data we have to validate.
Okay.
Now build it. Now location table and salary table also. Build it. And the last and final table is salary table. Okay. Now all the staging tables are created here. Employee staging table, dependent staging table, institution, location, and salary. Next step, what we have to do here, we need to write file layout. What is file layout? I already told you, it's just a structure which will help us to compare the file structure and staging table structure. File layout.
Venkat garu, And sometimes if it is a table delivered, there will be some delivered staging tables as well, right?
Delivered
Is there
process is there.
is there a way to identify staging tables? Now, of course, I am creating these employee table and employee table staging. So, I mean, this table is basically for this staging table is for this actual table. Is there a way to identify?
Okay, you're asking any special naming convention is there for a staging table?
Yeah, naming convention, or how to know this staging table is for this particular table, whether it is delivered or custom, just by looking at the structure, or is there any way?
You get the structure only. Generally, table names, they will follow some special naming conventions.
Right.
Based on that, we can identify.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Fine. File layout. Here, definition of the file layout. Okay. In this file layout, we have two tabs: definition and preview. Section name, segment name here, and definition. Okay, let's say first I'm inserting my record in the definition. Record, my record is table staging. Okay, here. In the preview of the file layout, it's a preview. Browse your file where it is. Inbound. This is your file, employee file. Your segment is employee staging table. Observe carefully, it's displaying all the data within the table. So all the field information within the table. Observe all the fields in the table. Field name, employee name, everything. Okay. Now, observe carefully. Whenever I am touching the field name here, it's displaying the field length. Field length is 15, starting position number 1, name, joining date. Here observe carefully, the date format also you can modify here. And gender, employee check, everything is displaying. Now, one more point we have to observe. In the preview, it's not displaying as expected. Why? Because in file layout, it will accept 3 types of file layouts. File types: fixed, CSV, XML. Default option in the file layout properties, it is fixed. That's why it is showing like this. But what our file is the CSV, comma separated version. Click on OK. Then automatically it will set as expected. Save now. Employee file layout. A1, test 1, joining date, gender, everything set properly. That means the staging table now showing the data here. Is it loaded directly in the staging table? So let's start from Still the staging table is empty. It's not loaded. It's just a preview. Just imagine it. We have only 2 rows. That's why it is showing 2 rows. If you are holding more than 1,000 rows, it's not possible. That's why it's just a preview. I think it may show you up to 5 rows only. Fine. Next. The same way, please create all other file layouts also. Simple. Insert the record first. Insert the record. Next. Go to the preview. Get the file, segment name, and change the property to CSV. Save it as, file layout. Next, in the same way, create the remaining file layouts. Now I'm creating a file layout for my institution, staging table, change the file layout format is CSV, save it as institution file layout. Only remaining 2 file layouts are there. One is for location and one is for salary. Insert record, location staging table, go to the preview, pick the location and change the file layout format is the same. Now the next last file layout, that's for salary record. Insert record, salary staging table, and change the fine. We have successfully completed the file layouts here. That means file layout here, up to here, it is helping us to compare the file structure with staging table structure. Is it clear, both of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Next. We are creating an application engine. In application engine, as per our discussion, the first step of the application engine will load the file data into staging. Okay. First, I'm storing my application engine, employee, inbound. Next, what should I do here?
Add people code. And then drag that layout.
Yes. Here, add a people code here. Before doing this, in the step, I am writing employee staging load. Now, in the people code, just drag and drop the file layout of the employee. The entire code will generate for you, Srinivas, here, everything. No need to write code manually here. Observe carefully what they did. It's a function, edit record. Wherever this function logic is required, we can call the function. Let us check edit record. Anywhere they used here. Whenever they are using the import segment concept, then they are using this edit record. Otherwise, there is no use of it. Next, import segment. There is one more function which is useful whenever we are using a parent and child filing also. Like let's say here we are holding multiple files and multiple staging records. In some of the scenarios, we will get some one second. We will get some type of files with parent and child data also, but very occasionally. Here, insert record name, right click, insert child segment. Like this. This type of structure we can call it as a segment, but it's a little tricky. We will see later. But as of now, what we created, the simple file layout with staging table and file concept, and we successfully checked the file structure, compared the file structure with the staging table structure. Next, we successfully loaded the data, dragged and dropped the file layout people code to file layout structure to people code. Then automatically it generates the structure code here. This is very important code, people code to import data. What it is doing? We are holding a file here to here. Just a minute, please. Okay. This file is a log file. I'm sorry. This file is our input file, and this is the record, and one SQL they are creating, and row sets. What they are doing? Observe carefully. Into this file variable, they are getting the file information. The same concept we used in outbound also, but for writing purpose, not for the reading purpose. Log file. They are just creating a log file to capture the errors if you are facing any errors in your practice. Next, they are calling this file layout, and later they are creating a row set of the staging table and they are loading the data into the staging table with the help of this create SQL. Both of you clear on this?
Yes, sir. First file lo AN append for reading. Append, okay.
ఇప్పుడు దీంట్లో get file లో we are using C documents and settings administrator, but in real scenario it's going to be something like outbound folder or inbound folder. So we have to put that.
That's it.
Okay. So we have to ask them where the file is going to be, and we have to specify that.
Yes. Even in outbound also the same.
Okay.
Whenever we are generating a file to a specific folder, we have to ask them what is the destination for this.
Okay.
But other than that, everything is clear, right?
Mm-hmm.
The same way, simply do for the remaining. Is my dependent, file layout, drag and drop. Save it. Next, the institution. Next, location and salary. And one more thing, in these three tools, CI is specially designed for inbound. We can use the file layout for outbound also. Do an exercise. Create a file with file layout. I am not giving you any hint. By using the file layout, create an outbound file. Well, because in our scenario, let us say yesterday, what we written in the outbound, we written employee ID, benefit plan type, all those informations we added, right?
Yes.
Number of field informations we added. But if it is more than 100, are you going to write each and every field there? It's not a good practice. Then generally what we will do, we will club all those fields and we will create a staging record and we will load the whatever the data you are fetching from the SQL, you will load the data into the staging record and you will write the file with the help of staging record and file out. Outbound scenario with the help of file layout. It's clear?
Yes.
Now I'm going to run this application engine. Employee, dependent staging, institution staging, location staging, salary staging. Okay. Now check the data like this is displaying. Next, dependent staging. It's not. SRI dependent table staging.
Names से बनने वाला मैं name से बोले दो steps की name से बनने वाला.
Names kin daనికి సంబంధం లేదు.
Okay.
There is an error. Dependent table SRI gender value is 34, which is longer than. Oh, okay. Some structure is missing here.
Yeah, file layouts. The proper element.
Here, gender value join date. Here, something.
Yeah.
Some mismatch with the file. Okay, fine. Gender value you have to enter. Okay. Now we will see one more run.
Every time run చేసినప్పుడు staging tables flush అవుతాయా లేకపోతే it just keeps inserting?
Project structure బట్టి మీరు డిసైడ్ చేయాలి.
Okay.
It won't flush automatically.
Okay.
And it normally. Now you can check. Very mining staging tables also. Yeah. You have to write a statement to flush the staging table.
Yeah, so basically app engine lo first step truncate SQL uses type కదా.
In the same way, you can perform the logic even in the real time. Is it clear, Srinivas garu?
Clear, Andy.
Any queries or any confusions here?
When it stopped at a dependence table, it didn't go further, kadandi? Usually in sometimes in certain
automatically
it will stop. Okay.
Why? Because in all these steps, here it is facing the issue. Then it came out of the program.
Okay.
It came out of the program. It's appended. Program is stopped.
అంటే స్టెప్ లో ఉంది కదా ఆన్ ఎర్రర్ అబౌట్ అని ఉంది కదా అందుకని.
If you are still showing, let us say, ignore, it will log the error message in a log file and it will continue the step.
It will continue the step? Next step 3?
It will continue the next step 3.
Okay.
Why? Because we confirmed it's ignore.
Right.
Got my point?
Yeah.
Then it will write the error message in the log and it will continue to the step 3 like that.
Step 3, okay.
It's clear?
Yes.
In this way, we will design the logic for application engine inbound in the very initial stage of the load. The next stage of the load will involve one more tool, that is the CI. It's also a very important tool. We will discuss it tomorrow.
Okay.
Now I'm getting some production call. That's why I'm stopping the session.
Okay, man.
Okay.
I will continue tomorrow, and please try to complete this as much as you can. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.